As the Electoral Commission steps up preparations for the 2026 polls, political parties are racing against time to organize internal elections to identify candidates that will compete in the general elections. The recent one is the NRM grassroots structural elections, held by lining up behind candidates, which in some parts of the country was characterized by voter bribery, violence and bad-mouthing, among other electoral concerns. Before the NRM started its internal process, the FDC was also in the process of electing structural leaders amid its fears that a tight race for the presidential flag bearer between incumbent Patrick Oboy Amuriat and his ally and FDC Secretary General Nathan Nandala Mafabi might have a bearing on the party's internal dynamics. The internal differences have not spared the leading opposition party, NUP, that was entangled in violent clashes during the scramble for Kawempe by-election flag. With just a few months until the general elections, starting with the special interest group elections, the Electoral Commission fears that acts of bad conduct might have a spillover effect in the general elections.
For us as a commission, much as we are on top of our game in the preparations of the activities that we rolled out in the roadmap, our concern is the role played by the other stakeholders, the other players, the other participants in this electoral process.
The ongoing elections within parties has left members in conflict and risks to divide them more. Justice Byabakama is concerned that these ugly scenes undermine democracy to prevail.
We have seen in some of the party electoral, as a commission, we decry such episodes and we condemn them, and we say there is no need for violence in a democratic process.
The Commission have a voice to continue with its mass sensitization countrywide to urge all stakeholders to desist from evils of commercialization of politics, violence, and tribal sentiments during elections.
I now speak to Richard Orweny, who has been following this story. Richard, besides the concerns of the Electoral Commission and indeed Justice Simon Byabakama its head, what is the Commission doing to strengthen internal processes within political parties, or are they just mourning and whining?
Well, the Electoral Commission has all along been engaging its key stakeholders on the need to have a free and fair elections. And these stakeholders include religious leaders, voters, and political party leaders. Now that there is renewed fear of violence, that means that the Electoral Commission has to engage its stakeholders further and follow through.